Hi, this is Emma from Centered Within, and what seems to be very important today, or a message that seems to be very important today, keeps coming through, is about being grounded and feeling present in the moment. Now, that may be something you have not done, or you struggle to do, or you've never even thought of giving it a go. It was interesting. I was watching, I think it was someone on TikTok said, I just blinked and October went. Now, how often was that person present? Now, time does go fast, but when we are not present in the moment or allowing ourselves to be available for what's going on, and what I mean is, instead of like wanting to always be over there, when I get over there, then I'll be happy. When I get over there, I'll be content and peaceful. When I'm there, then it will be. But what about what's going on around now? Now, you may not want to be here in this moment, but can you make an element of that the best that you can make it? You might think, well, that's impossible. But when you're over there, you will be, can you find a moment in this place to be? Can you find a moment that you do something that you enjoy? Because when you're over there, if you're always wishing to be somewhere else, can you find a moment where you are that you enjoy, that you like? Even when I was just talking about this on my Facebook group, actually, my Facebook page, I mean, when I was the depths of the depths, writing in my journal was my real moment of solitude. It was like being with my best friend. It was being with my closest ally, with everything that was going on. That was a moment I cherished. And I can only now see that. In the moment, I didn't believe anything existed like that. But I could see that that moment I really did enjoy. I enjoyed writing in my journal. I enjoyed pouring myself into my journal. I enjoyed allowing a release into my journal. That was my support. That was the moment I was allowed to be grounded and to feel present. I didn't realise I was. So even in the depths of trauma, there is something there that you can hold on to, that you can anchor yourself into the moment. Because you might think, well, I don't want to be there. And you don't want to be there. But you need to be there. You need to be in that moment. But be in the moment that you choose. It wasn't I was disregarding what was going on around me. I wasn't saying that at all, because I was very aware of what was going on. But I had that moment. It was just me and my journal. And it progressed on beyond that. Now, it could be as simple as you think you don't have enough time in the day. You have enough time for 5 minutes, and you could expand that to 10. Are you able to do that? Are you able to allocate 5 minutes to sitting down and drinking coffee? Now, you may think, well, I'd do that anyway, but are you being present in the moment, or are you thinking of what you need to do next, or where you need to be next, or the project you haven't quite finished next, or you've got to go and pick someone up at whatever time in an hour or so? But in that 5 minutes, can it be you, the coffee, and sitting down? Can you make yourself a porridge if you eat porridge? Now you're thinking of all the ingredients you're going to put in, how it's going to nourish your body. It takes about 5 minutes to do it on the stove. Instead of sticking it in the microwave and quickly rushing and doing something else, can you spend that 5 minutes consciously aware of what you're pouring into that porridge, what that porridge is going to do to your body when it goes in your body, how you're nourishing your body? And that 5 minutes is all about being in that moment, being aware of the ingredients, putting the ingredients in, stirring the porridge, and then eating the porridge. And then, like the grateful feeling that you've had this moment. And it's sometimes making the best of a situation. And it's choosing to do that. And yes, people say, well, how can I make the best of a situation when I'm feeling like this? It's not saying to forget the situation or trying to hide away from the situation. But there may be a moment that you can relish, that you can enjoy somewhat better than you were. You might be going through lots of health issues, but maybe someone comes and joins you and sits on your bed and you have a beautiful conversation. And in that moment, that connection is an absolute beautiful moment in your life. That's not saying you've got to disregard what's going on or forget about what's going on, but in that moment, that joyous connection is just a beautiful elixir. So what can you do? How can you ground yourself? How can you be present? And it's first of all choosing to do so. Allowing yourself to do so. Because you do have those 5 minutes, and those 5 minutes can extend to 10 minutes. They are available if you choose to allow it. If you constantly put the block there, the block there, the block there, the block will always be there. And the block will be there when you go over there. When you go to this, this place that you're gonna, when you move the house, or when you're in this new relationship, or whenever it will be, it will go with you. It doesn't stay here, it carries with you. When I've got this, then I will. Can you be that now before you get the? Can you feel it? Because what if that doesn't come about? What if that doesn't happen? Now, that's not going down the road, oh, it's not going to happen. But instead of relying on the external to give you, can you find it within yourself? Can you find it within yourself to have moments of self-care? That when you have a bath, you put in some bath oil, or you put in some bath salts, and you soak in the bath an extra 5 minutes, and you enjoy the bath, the warmth of the water against your skin, how it makes you feel relaxed. Or you go for a walk, but you extend it by 5 minutes, and maybe you walk somewhere where there's a load of trees, and you watch the trees swaying in the wind. Maybe take yourself out for a coffee, or if you don't want to do that, then go and sit in your garden, or maybe get a takeout coffee, or make a coffee in a flask and go to the local park, or sit in your car and go to the local park. There are always options. It's whether we choose we want to go down that road. Where do we want to keep ourselves? So allowing yourself to feel grounded, to be present, gives you that moment to feel what it's like to be you in that moment, to understand you in that moment, to understand what you enjoy in that moment, to understand who you want to be in that moment. Do you want to expand this practice? Do you want to take this to another level, or keep it where it is because it's absolutely perfect the way it is, and that is perfect, and that's okay? It doesn't have to turn into a massive hour-long meditation practice. Maybe your grounding, feeling present, will be that you take yourself for a coffee twice a week. The rest of the time, you'll just go and drive somewhere and just sit with a flask of hot coffee. Or maybe you'll take a book with you. Because you know what these practices give you. You know what these practices make you feel. And there are moments where you can tap into that. You can use it. You can be in that safe environment for 5 minutes. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that needs to come through. No, I think that's it. Sending you so much love.